This is probably Michael Clarke's biggest test as a captain of the ODI team. I think we've seen him tested by fire to some degree in test matches. But he took over the captaincy, and it's quite telling, after Ricky Ponting had failed to win the World Cup. I don't think that Australia lost it. I suppose a couple of things will nag at him. The team is coming off a 4-0 test loss in India. Now, you can't tell me that that doesn't seep through to the one-day side and to Michael's captaincy. The side also performed very badly last time it was in England. In fact, it failed to win a match. These things will tell on Michael's mind. It's interesting with Australia. It's very hard for them to concentrate on the one-days because everybody's talking about the Ashes. In Australia, that's all everyone's talking about. Clarke's trying to draw the attention back to this rather important trophy, and one that Australia have had before, and one that they wouldn't mind putting on their shelf and nailing down, because you win it this time, it never goes away. Mickey Arthur is an interesting Australian coach in that he is the first Australian coach who isn't an Australian. People have been prepared to give him a go. He's a very likeable person with a very good track record as a coach in international cricket. We saw what he did with the South African side. He took them to the top of the tree in the ODIs and to the top of the tree in tests. There are probably some doubts. There's a doubt that maybe he's not tough enough to be a coach. He's a very likeable guy. He wants to be liked. He admits this is a fault. And this was a little bit behind what happened in India with what we're calling homework gate. Mickey had let a few things slide, and then they really had to overreact. Another thing I'd say about that, though, is that Mickey tends to be a little bit of a fall guy for his captain. I suspect with a young squad like the Australians have in tests and one-days, you probably need to get angry a little bit more often. Maybe that's an area that Mickey needs to address. But up to this point, he's done pretty well and impressed most people. Mickey and Michael are working out their relationship. Mickey said when he took on this job that the relationship between a captain and a coach is the most important relationship in cricket. He said basically it's like a marriage, and I suppose those of us who've been married know that you don't get it right first time, you don't get it right the first few years, you learn from your mistakes. We'll see the results of that, how that flowers in the Champions Trophy and in the Ashes. And look, Mickey's admitted to me that he feels under pressure. He feels his job's under a little bit of pressure, so he'll want the results to go the right way, and he'll be cracking the whip a little bit harder, I think you'll find this time around. I think that he and Michael might have their double act working a little better. I think success in the Champions Trophy will be important. It will help erase some of the pain from what happened in India. It will put the side on better footing. Every team in cricket will tell you you can't write off Australia, particularly in one-day games. They're capable of winning this. Most teams are in this competition. Watch this space. I reckon a creditable third.